Hello my friends, Paul here in the RoJoBe Music Workshop, and welcome to part 6, the final of the Tumbi build project. Well, I say the final, it's the last of the first instruments that I'm building. I've got, do a few more yet, but probably won't record the rest of that. So, what I ended up doing with this was I've got rubber band, which is basically a motorcycle inner tube cut into a thin long strip, and I just wrapped it around to clamp that on. Just it felt like the easiest and safest and most secure way to do it, and it's all in there, all good. And I've given it all a final sanding. So now all I need to do is put some boiled linseed oil all over the whole thing. I'm not going to stain anything. I did actually stain these the ends of this rod. I wasn't trying to disguise it completely, I just wanted it to blend in, and it looks a lot better now. So I'm just going to remove the hardware, which is basically just this thing and the tuner. Oh, incidentally, I put a string on it just to try it, and I did end up having to put a nut in there. So very low profile, tiny little nut there, made of bone, obviously. And this is the saddle that I'm using for this one, also made of bone. Okay, so let me just take off the hardware. Okay, maybe you want to see what I'm doing. Okay, so just removing the eyelet from the bottom. Get that out of the way. Okay. Right, that's that one off. And remove the tuner. Camera's at a bit of an angle. Okay. Right, that's the tuner out as well. Okay, so the whole thing is now going to get a coat of boiled linseed oil, probably 2 coats actually. The whole thing. So the top, the back of the body, all of the neck and the headstock, I'm coating the whole thing. It's not going to be stained. I was going to use some teak oil to coat this. Because it's got a slightly darker tint to it, but it takes a lot longer to dry, so I'm sticking with the boiled linseed oil, if I can get the cap off. Ugh. And as I said, I've had this bottle for several years, probably 4 or 5 years at least, and it's still going. And I've got another bottle as well. Right, so just get some on a bit of shop towel. I'm going to start with the top. Just move that out of the way. This is probably going to take quite a bit because it'll soak into this. Hey, quite a bit. So I'll probably need a fair bit on there. Right. And the back of the body, or the bowl if you prefer. The coconut shell. That's going to bring that up really nice because it's quite dull at the moment, so that'll bring that up nice. Try and get all the way around that bit at the end that pokes through as well. Okay, and the neck. Okay, including the fingerboard, especially the fingerboard actually. Yeah, this wood is really soaking this oil up. It's going to need quite a bit. It's actually quite dry, which is good in one way because it means that it's not going to change shape at all, because it's already as dry as it's ever going to get. That's already looking, I don't know how well you can see that, but it's looking a lot better. It's actually darkened it quite a bit, to be fair. Right, hit stop now. Doesn't matter if I get a little bit inside the hole there where the tuning peg goes. Actually, it's probably a good thing to lubricate that. Right, so that's the first coat. Just a bit more on that coconut and a bit more on the top. Right, so it's just getting all those little nooks and crannies. Okay, just leave that for a minute. I've got a clean cloth here that I'll wipe off the excess. So I'll wipe off the neck first. Headstock. That's nice. Difficult to see on camera, but the colour has come out really nice. I'm quite happy with that. It's all still nice and smooth on the fingerboard. Lovely. Sometimes by putting the oil on by cloth, it will raise the grain, but it hasn't done on this, which is nice. Right, I'm going to give that another coat now. A liberal coating of boiled linseed oil. Nice. Should have used a lint-free cloth for this, never mind. That's really coming up nice. The customer hasn't got back to me yet about the string, so I'm just going to bung an E string on, a high E string, guitar, E string, just for now. Can always change it later if he decides he wants something different. It's kind of a generic go-to string note for instruments like this, the E string. Because it's quite a short instrument, you know, the string gets up to tension a lot quicker, and in some ways it kind of sounds lower than a guitar high E. It's not, it just, sometimes it sounds it a bit. Right, that's a nice liberal coating of boiled linseed oil, so I'm going to put that away now, before I end up spilling that everywhere. Okay, clean cloth to take off the excess.